Have you ever noticed something strange? Every time the world panics, stock markets crash, currencies shake, headlines scream economic disaster, one thing quietly survives. No drama, no noise. Just sitting there like, relax, I've seen worse. That thing is gold. Now here's the real question. Why does gold survive every crisis while paper money doesn't? Let's talk about it. And don't worry, this isn't going to sound like a boring finance lecture. Think of this as a late-night conversation with a friend who suddenly drops some mind-blowing facts. Imagine this. You're holding a $100 bill in your hand. Feels powerful, right? You can buy food, clothes, maybe even happiness for a few minutes. Now, imagine you time travel 100 years into the past with that same bill. What happens? Nothing. It's just paper. Now, imagine you carry a gold coin instead. You go back 100 years, 500 years, even 2,000 years. Guess what? People still want it. That alone should make you pause. Here's the uncomfortable truth most people never think about. Paper money has value because someone told you it has value. Gold has value because humans decided it does long before governments, banks, or central authorities even existed. Paper money is basically a promise. Gold is a fact. Let's rewind history for a second. Thousands of years ago, long before ATMs and banking apps, civilizations traded gold. Kings stored it, empires fought over it, temples protected it. Why? Because gold didn't rot, rust, or disappear. It didn't care who ruled the land. It didn't care which flag was flying. Gold just existed. Now fast forward to paper money. Paper money is actually very young compared to gold, and when it was introduced, it wasn't meant to replace gold, it was meant to represent it. Early paper money was basically a receipt, a fancy note saying, hey, this paper equals this much gold stored somewhere. Then one day government said, you know what? Let's remove the gold part. Just trust us. And humans said, okay. That decision changed everything. Here's where it gets interesting. Gold has one big problem from the system's point of view. You can't create it out of thin air. You can't print more gold because you're in trouble. You actually have to dig it out of the ground, slowly, painfully, expensively. Paper money? Oh, that's easy. Printer goes brr. Whenever there's a crisis, war, recession, pandemic, political chaos, governments do the same thing. They print more money. Not because they're evil villains twirling mustaches, but because it's the fastest solution they have. The problem? The more paper money you create, the less each piece is worth. It's like slicing a pizza. If you have one pizza and cut it into 8 slices, each slice is decent. Now cut the same pizza into 100 slices. Congrats! Everyone gets something, but nobody's satisfied. That's inflation. And here's the funny part. Most people blame prices. Why is food so expensive? Why is rent so high? Why does everything cost more? But the real question is, why is your money buying less? Gold doesn't have that problem. You can't dilute it easily. That's why during inflation, gold doesn't panic. Paper money does. Let's take real-life examples. Think about countries where paper money collapsed completely. People needed bags of cash just to buy bread. At that point, money stopped being money. It became firewood. But gold? Gold still worked. Jewelry could be traded. Coins could be exchanged. Value survived. This is why gold is called a store of value. Not because it makes you rich overnight, but because it refuses to die. Paper money, on the other hand, has a track record that's, let's just say, not impressive. Every major paper currency in history has eventually lost most of its value or been replaced. Every single one. Some took decades, some took centuries, but none were immortal. Gold, still here. Now let's add some psychology into this, because money is never just math. It's emotion. Paper money works on trust. You trust your government. You trust your bank. You trust that tomorrow this piece of paper will still buy you something. Gold doesn't need trust. You don't have to believe in gold for it to exist. And when fear enters the system, real fear, people don't run toward paper, they run toward gold. Why? Because fear exposes truth. When everything feels stable, paper money feels fine. When everything feels uncertain, humans go back to what has always worked. It's like friendships. When life is easy, everyone's smiling. When things fall apart, you find out who's real. Gold is that old friend who shows up when everything else disappears. Now let's talk about one big myth. People say gold is old-fashioned. We live in a digital world now. True. We also live in a world where systems crash, banks freeze accounts, Apps go down, and policies change overnight. Gold doesn't need Wi-Fi. Gold doesn't need passwords. Gold doesn't ask for permission. That's not anti-technology. That's just reality. And no, this doesn't mean paper money is useless. We need it. We use it daily. It's convenient, it's fast, it's practical. But convenience and safety are not the same thing. Paper money is amazing for transactions. Gold is amazing for survival. Here's a simple way to think about it. Paper money helps you live today. Gold helps you protect tomorrow. That's why central banks, the same institutions that issue paper money, also hoard gold. Think about that irony for a second. If paper money was perfect, why would they keep gold? Exactly. Now add one more layer. Gold doesn't promise growth. It promises preservation. In a world obsessed with get rich quick, gold quietly whispers, don't get poor. And that message is boring until it becomes important. History shows this again and again. Wars, crashes, pandemics, political resets, empires falling, systems rebooting. Paper money changes names. Gold stays gold. So when people say gold survived every crisis, paper money didn't, it's not a slogan. It's a summary of thousands of years of human experience. And the wildest part? Most people only understand this after a crisis, not before. So maybe the real question isn't gold versus paper money. Maybe the real question is, do you want something gold understands humans very well? Paper money hopes humans behave. And history? History has already told us which one usually wins. So next time you see gold prices moving and think, why do people care so much? Remember this, they're not chasing profit, they're running towards certainty. And in a world full of noise, certainty is priceless. Gold doesn't shout, it just stays. While systems come and go, paper money hopes for stability. Gold is stability.